Alright, today I'm going to go through how to do an animated GIF in Photoshop, similar to what you see going on the screen here. All an animated GIF is multiple images kind of rotating back and forth between them. In this case, a friend of mine is obsessed with the wall, and I've decided now every time he posts something on Facebook on the subject, I'm going to reply with this animated GIF. Okay, how did I do this one? Well, first, of course, we have to start with the one image. And as you can see, that arm is moving back and forth. So what I did there is using my quick selection tool, grabbed the arm, and I'm hitting Alt on my keyboard to crop that in a little bit to get it exactly where I want it. So I just kind of want it to hinge right on the elbow there. Don't forget the finger. And I'm going to do a Control Copy and a Control V for a Control Paste. Now what you see is that arm hanging out. Next, I've got this copied layer here, and what I want to do is remove the arm from that layer. For me, all I'm going to do is use my spot healing brush to do it really quickly. You can do a content aware delete for this as well. If you want to know how to do a content aware delete, I do have a video out there that I did on the subject. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because it is pretty much just kind of a joke to make fun of a friend. Okay, let's see how that looks. Good. Okay, now I'm going to take that layer, the one with the arm, I'm going to grab it using my move tool, and I'm going to put it where it's going to be in that second picture. To that, to that. Now I want to take those two layers with the hand moved, and I'm just going to grab the arm and the layer 2 copy, and I'm going to merge them. Yep, that's that part. Now I need my buddy's head. So I pulled this off of his Facebook profile, and I'll probably be pissed that I am using a picture of him in a kind of a not very good picture, by the way, of him in a Photoshop demo, but that's what he gets. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just using my quick selection. So make sure that you've got the layer unlocked. And now that I've selected it, just hit the delete on your keyboard. And notice here, it looks like I've got a little bit of extra, so I'm just going to quick Control Z to go back. I'm going to hit the Alt key, and there we go. Now delete. Perfect. I don't really need any of his shirt. I just want the head, so I'm just going to use the eraser tool and erase everything around here. If your GIFs are more detailed, great. So all I did was copied and pasted. Notice it created another new layer. Now let's take that, move it down. Pretty much just kind of get it where I want it, which in essence is a puppet on the hand. I'm going to copy that layer. So now I've got two of the heads, and I'm moving it so it's above the first one. So we know this one's good. So I'm making the other not visible. I'm going to grab those two and merge them together again. Good, that one's good. I'm going to take the other two layers and take the head and move it where I want it. And I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit so it doesn't go off the screen. And that's the other one. Once again, just grab the two layers, merging them. So now I go from this to this. Looking pretty good. Next up, I need my text. In this case, I just grabbed a speech bubble, PNG, and I pulled it off of Pixabay. You could, of course, create your own speech bubble if you want, but it was just as quick to grab it. Just throwing it on, reducing it. In order to get that, I want it to be a little bit more narrower. So I'm hitting Control before grabbing it. Good. And duplicating it. And once again, just merging them. That's that one. Merge layers. So, get in there. I think that's a little different from my original. Yeah, it's pretty close. Okay. Next up, text. Just grab the text tool. I'm doing this reasonably quickly because you don't really need to know too much about how to create images. You just need to know how to create a GIF. Duplicating that layer. Moving it above there. Hiding the one underneath. Squeezing my wall text in. Pretty accurate to what I want. All right, now comes the let's animate this. You want to go to Windows, Timeline. Within here, we've got a drop down here. By default, it's going to be on this Create Video Timeline. What you want to do is switch it to Create Frame Animation. Then when you've switched it to Create Frame Animation, click where it says Create Frame Animation. And as you can see, it already created one frame with what was selected there. What you can do is just grab both of those and then go to this little menu here on the upper right corner of your timeline. Select it, and then you want to go Make Frames from Layers. Boom. Since I already had the one in there, it only added the second one. So once again, notice we've got that. Next part is you want to decide how long you want these to animate for. So click on the first one, hit Shift, click on the second one so that they're both selected, and down here you see where it says 0 seconds. Decide how long you want it to animate for. So let's start with 2 seconds and see. So I selected 2, I'm going to hit play. And it feels way too long for this particular video. So let's select them both again. Change it to 1. Yeah, and at 1, I think that's nice. That's nice and quick. Another thing you want to do, if it's underneath the images, you'll see it says once, 3 times forever. What this is doing is telling you how many times this is going to play. By default, it's usually on once. And what that means is once you hit play, it plays the images once and then it stops. So for an animated GIF, generally want to go with forever. Good. Now what you want to do is export it. So simply go to File, Export, Save for Web. It's going to pull up your image. A couple things that you want. Under Presets, we're doing a GIF, animated GIF instead of JPEG, depending on what you've got selected by default. In here, you can also double check the width and height. If you're doing this for Instagram, you need to do it as a video. You can't do it as a GIF, so keep that in mind. And you'll need to adjust your frame rates. This is going on Facebook, so we're good with that. You can even hit play again in here and make sure it works, which seems to be just fine in my case. So I'm going to hit save. Call it whatever I want, Trump GIF. Under format, you can leave it as images only. Hit save. And you're done. So I'm going to jump to my desktop. There's that GIF. Double click on it. And it's playing fine. If you want to confirm that it'll work in a browser, simply go to Chrome, grab a new tab, and then drag and drop it, and it's going to automatically pull it up there. And as you can see, it works fine. That's all there is to it. In essence, all a GIF is just multiple images rotating between them. And in order to do that in Photoshop, you just add those images to a timeline and export it as a GIF. All right, hope you found that helpful. Have a good day.